Hey, it's William over at Local Search Technologies, and this is video 2 out of a 5-part series regarding the anatomy of a search engine result page. Now, if you didn't see video number 1, it's down below. Go ahead and take a look at that first, and then come back to this one. All right, so this is about local lead ads. This is one out of the 4 components that are on the first page of Google where you could show up as a local business, okay? So now, local lead ads is not available for every industry or every region. All right. However, there is a link below that will go ahead and show you the most popular home services and professional service industries that this is available for right now. But this is what it looks like. These are little square boxes that show up on the first page of Google. Up top, you'll have your review score, some stars there that'll represent what that number is, and then a link to your reviews. Then you'll have this little Google Guaranteed badge right here. They'll tell you what area you're in, what you serve, and then what your hours are, if you're open 24/7 or what have you. But this is a prime real estate for this particular ad. Now, if you're on a desktop, so if your customer is searching on a desktop, they will see 3 ads. Okay, so you'll see 1, 2, 3 businesses come back. If you're on mobile, you'll see 2 ads, and then if you're using Google Assistant or voice, you'll only one result will come back. Now, we're going to talk about the pros and cons here of advertising with local lead ads. Okay, so let's talk about the pros first of all. Number 1, top of page. All right, when you purchase a local lead ad, it's going to be, Google is giving it prime real estate right on the top of the page, okay? Even higher than Google AdWords. So it's the first things that a consumer will look at when that return results page comes back, okay? The next thing is that you only pay if they call you, all right? And so it's not about pay-per-click, it's pay-per-lead. So the quality of the lead goes up with a local lead ad, okay? Consumer trust. Consumer trust, they have that Google Guaranteed, and what that means is that Google will guarantee the consumer because they vetted you out, and you have to dance through some hoops to get qualified for this program. But once you do, Google will give the consumer up to $2,000 to make sure that you did a good job, to make sure that they are happy with the quality of work. Okay, so it's a guarantee. So that's a little bit of a trust thing for the consumer, a benefit for them to go through that process. All right. The quality of the calls, we talked about that. Statistically, the quality of calls, Google says they're better than their pay-per-click calls, and it does make sense that they would be, and they do vet them. Google's program will make sure that is a true lead, and even if you feel that it isn't, you can go ahead and there's a review process that you can tell Google, hey, listen, this wasn't a good lead. And so with that being said, you won't get charged for it. All right. The next thing is the other thing, the pro about local lead ads compared to like pay-per-click ads. You don't have to worry about your landing page, the quality of your landing page. You don't have to worry about your click-through rate. All of those variables that you have to worry about with a Google pay-per-click program, you don't have to worry about in the local lead ad program. Okay, let's talk about the cons. Okay, number 1, you got to qualify. All right, you got to make sure if you have to be bonded and insured, and make sure that you're a legitimate business and have all your records proper, because you got to prove that you're a legitimate business with Google. Next thing, your reviews are going to show right off the bat, like we talked about over here. So if you have a low score, you got a 4.5. I mean, and most of your competition have 4 8s, 4 9s, 5 stars. You may want to work on keeping that reputation up or rebuilding that reputation, getting it higher, okay? Or you're just going to be, you're not going to show up and have the opportunity to have a lead because you're going to have competition. Next thing, time. The more time equals money, or more money, I should say. So the more that people, small businesses, learn about this program, the more competition you have. It's just like Google AdWords. The competition is so so in certain industries are so competitive that it raised up the bidding wars, right? And pretty soon it just doesn't make sense to go that route. So as time goes on, the lead cost is going to be more. As long as you can make an ROI or return on investment on that lead, you can turn that over, that's fine. However, lead costs will continue to go up. The next thing is that once your budget is spent, no more leads. Just like pay-per-click. If you blow through your budget for the day, the week, the month, that's it. No more leads are coming through. You know, if that's the only source of leads that you have, that's it. The lead costs can cost anywhere from $6, the average $6 to $30 a lead. And again, as time goes on, we're in competition, you get into the competition with it, the lead costs will go up, you know, and that can get into your ROI depending on what industry that you're at. And then you need to maintain a high ad rank. So ad rank with local lead ads, they're going to take a look at your proximity. That includes the proximity that you are with the searcher. So the consumer who's doing the search, they're going to consider where you're at. So you're not going to come up for every search for, like, if you're a painter in Glendale, right? It depends what's that part of Glendale that you're in that they're going to show your ad, okay? And they have control of that, okay? You lose a little bit of there's a lack of control. It's not like pay-per-click where you can say, hey, I want this zip code, these cities, I want to do Maricopa County, or what have you. The bottom line is that it's all about proximity. Your reviews and your score, the number of reviews that you have, this is all on Google's information, and there's a link down below. They take a look at the number of reviews that you have and your score. So again, that 5-star review, you're doing great. You know, if you got a 5-star reputation going, super. If you're below 4.5, 4.4, 4.3, you may want to work on that before you even attempt to do local lead ads. All right. Responsiveness. So they're looking at the communication that you're having with the consumer who requested, who filled out a form or gave you a call. They want to see, you know, if you're going to be responsive to those folks, and because they don't want people on their network who's not responsive to the consumer, because it's no good for anybody. So you got to make sure that you have a dedicated person to handle these local lead ads. That would be the way to go. Or make sure that you're Johnny on the spot if you're getting that information. You got to make sure that that phone number is being maintained or watched, and or picked up, I should say, as well as any forms whatever email address you're sending those forms to. Okay, and then repeated or serious complaints. If you start getting complaints and so forth, or the seriousness, depending on the seriousness of it, they may remove you from the network. So, do we recommend local lead ads? Absolutely, if you can fit it into your budget. We recommend any type of advertising, as long as you're getting a return on investment. However, if you're limited on budget, we say this is just a supplement. This should supplement it like a serious foundational SEO campaign. But local lead ads, if you can turn those over, if you have a good system to follow up with them, and you can get a ROI when you're paying $6 to $30 per lead, then we feel that's a great opportunity for you local businesses. So with that being said, hopefully that gave you a little bit of information. There's more information down below on some links. I have some links for you. And then be sure to go to video number 3. We're going to be talking about the pros and cons of pay-per-click ads. All right, thanks so much. Bye now.